All right, my friends, how are you today? Aaron here bringing you your daily horoscope for Wednesday, the 27th of May, 2020. Beautiful day ahead of us. We've got the moon in Leo, all right? Love the moon in Leo. There's a lot of vitality, a lot of strength, courage, power, right? We're taking our power back. That is the key to this Wednesday. We're taking our power back, right? We've got the sun, Venus, Mercury, North Node, all in Gemini, okay? This is the epitome of think for yourself, okay? Now, the moon moving into Leo means it's going to oppose Saturn, okay? Top of the morning, all right? So when we have the moon, our emotional needs saying what? Be courageous, be yourself, love yourself, understand your own self-worth. All the riches and all the fame in the world will never buy you self-worth, right? That's internal. I saw this funny meme the other day. I'm not a huge meme guy, but I saw this really funny meme the other day, and somebody's like holding a balloon or a sign, and it's just like their happiness. And someone's like, "Oh, where'd you get that? I've been looking for happiness." And they're like, "I made it myself." It's just like, this is internal. Our own happiness comes from inside, not from someplace outside, right? So we have the moon in Leo, okay, reminding us of our self-love and our worth, and that we are all unique individuals, that we chose to come down here to this planet. We chose, it's like, sometimes I look back and it's like this Lord of the Flies thing, like humanity is, we're people, and we are seeking earthly pleasures and earthly delights, right? And this is part of Venus retrograde, earthly delights, earthly pleasures, and we seek them in abundance. This is Jupiter, okay? And Mars is saying, seek these things out that you desire. So oftentimes we get confused. We get in some deep, like, religion kind of talk, Saturn is Satan, and like this old kind of thinking, because Saturn was the limit. We have the sun, which is an ego representation of ourself. It was also the Christ consciousness, the sun, how, I don't want to get too deep into the astrotheology today, but Saturn being the limit, the sun being my sense of self, okay? So we have this sense of self in this place of, I need to seek. Okay, and I'm not going to take the authority, Saturn over here in Aquarius, I'm not going to take the authority for what they say is gospel. Okay, it's like, I'm not going to take everything that someone else tells me how to live my life for gospel. Because it works for you doesn't mean it's going to work for me. Because this worked for this group does not mean it's going to work for this group. All right, so we're faced with all of this very unique times right now where we're taking it back. This is cutting the cords, right? I'm cutting the emotional cords. I'm cutting these cords, and I'm giving back what's yours and taking back what's mine. Let me show you the chart, because I haven't done this yet. Get away from my terrible lockdown haircut, all right? We have a really cool connection going on here between the North Node, or the South Node, which is technically right there at 29 degrees of Sagittarius, okay? This again is saying, like, this, the information that we've gathered collectively throughout time. What that's saying is that information that's been gathered throughout time, okay, isn't necessarily the concrete truth. And it's our job right now to focus on what is the concrete truth. Again, this is right here, 29 degrees. So Mercury is going to be meeting up with the North Node tomorrow, right? Anyway, so we have the moon, our courage, our leadership. We're all leaders, right? Connecting with the South Node, saying, let go of concepts, ideas, rules, regulations, letting go of preconceived notions, again, concepts of how we are supposed to live life. Okay, so moon, all the power right here. This is me. Mars, our planet of action. Okay, the foot on the accelerator. We're moving toward this. What are we moving toward? This is about peace right here. This is a completion. We're ending a journey. Okay, so these light blue lines here are not quincunxes, are quintiles. Okay. Now this, similar to these septiles, again, is that fate and destined energy. So what is this telling us right now? What is this fate and destined connection? This is a creative destined connection. Okay. So where this is the septiles are behind the scenes, we do not see the wind, but we see the effects of the wind blowing through the trees, right? So what this would be in that same analogy would be the music that those trees are making, that the wind through the leaves is making. This is the music that, is the poetry of a sunset. This is, the eagle flying through the sunset or that just right moment. Okay. So it's a creative energy. It's a creative twist and outlook on how we are viewing life right now. So we can certainly look at authority. We can look at Capricorn, Saturn here as the big authority. All right. We still have a good chunk of energy in Capricorn. However, so much has shifted to Gemini. It's like we immediately went from this strong, authoritative, disciplined, do as I say, not as I do kind of energy to, wait a minute, I need to rethink this. Are you practicing what you preach? Are you doing the same thing that you're saying for me to do? Are you, government, someone outside of self? Are you, other person, other people, other concepts, constructs? Are you living by these same rules? Are you trying to guide me, herd me like a sheep? What is going on here? So this is, again, this power is taking our power back. This energy is taking our power back, allowing this great change and transformation to come into our lives with a great sense of, this is like that Babe Ruth home run. This is the huge, great change that is coming in our lives that we're all seeking. New knowledge, new information. We have to be the ones that are responsible for ourselves. Sun trine moon, or sun sextile moon here. We're the ones responsible for ourselves to pick up the book, to crack it, to gain new knowledge. We're the ones to, it's like if somebody's saying, hey, don't go down there. And it's like, well, why? Well, that's scary. Well, maybe I like being afraid. You know what I mean? It's just like some people hate haunted. My sister hates scary stuff, hates haunted houses. We went to Disney World with her kids. It's a random story. Went to Disney World with her kids, and my niece and nephew really wanted to go on this House of Terrors thing where like the floor drops. You know what I'm saying? You're sitting in a seat and all of a sudden, the floor drops and rises and drops and rises and drops and rises. And my sister's freaking out because she's so afraid that she's going to, scare her kids and stuff, but her kids loved it. So again, this is the authority, this parental authority trying to say, no, child, you're not going to like this because I don't like this and I know how it affects me. So it's going to affect you the same. These kids loved it. They loved it, right? So this is the same thing. We're the children right now. We're discovering what we love in life. We're discovering what we want, our joys, our happiness, this internal happiness, right? Our self-worth. So this beautiful quintile trine that's being created is like, remember your worth. We chose to come down here to create change. To create change, the natural evolution of humanity. It's what Gemini is all about. It's creating the change, sharing the information, sharing the knowledge to be able to receive, to be able to give, to offer that insight. It's about knowledge. Yeah. So cool day, really cool day. I love the moon in Leo. So the next 2.5 days here are going to be really, really, really powerful for us. Again, taking it back, remembering our inner fire, our inner strength. All right. And enjoying this really creative energy because this creative quintile connection that's going to happen today is really saying like, look, I have all of the power and energy to move in this direction. I have all of the abilities to let go of that which no longer serves. I have the ability to shift my perspective if I'm open to doing so. And if I am, the reward is great because it's going to allow me to create the space in my life of this transcendence, of this great change, this transformation, self-transformation, daily life transformation. And that's through seeking this knowledge and remembering that we are in control, what we are in control of and what we're not in control of, right? We are in control of ourselves. Things that are out of our control, can't do anything about. So it's like, put your fire to what you can control. Put your fire and your action to what is ultimately going to serve you in your highest purpose. All right. So happy Wednesday, my friends. As always, thank you. We'll see you tomorrow.